Hey y'all, Dr.Trehunna. So we all know now that working out does not help you lose weight, right? So I have a lot of women following the new nutrition protocol and they're like, hey Trey, I'm seeing the scale drop the most I ever did in my entire life and I'm not going to the gym. So why should I work out in the first place? Okay, so today what we're gonna cover is why I still want you to continue a workout regimen, even though working out is not gonna help you see the scale drop, but it's gonna help you stay in the best metabolic health in your life, which means what? You're gonna be on this earth longer, simple. Okay, so first things first, what is the most important muscle that we have in the human body? It is most definitely your heart. Now, ironically, a lot of Americans die, or the number one killer in America is cardiovascular disease. Why? A lot of Americans are inactive, okay? Now, we already know the regular superficial benefits of working out, such as it helps lower your blood pressure, helps improve circulation, it helps lower your glucose, better mood, etc., right? But the main reason why I want you to continue to start working out is because what it does to your muscles, okay? So a lot of people just think your muscles just there, just taking up space, it's just inactive tissue, right? Now, your muscles definitely metabolically active, but not only is metabolically active, it is its own endocrine organ, okay? Which means what? It produces its own set of hormones. Okay, so believe it or not, your muscle literally produce things called myokines or exerkines. And what these literally do is help your body stay in best metabolic shape it could possibly be. Okay, it has a lot of anti-inflammatory components in it. It helps, sensitize yourself to insulin, which means what? You can literally intake a little bit more carbs, and the carbs that you like, right? I'm not talking about broccoli, I'm talking about some cake, if you decide to work out more. But the thing is, when it comes to your muscle, we all know that it's not passive, okay? It needs some form of stimulus, which is gonna come from movement, okay? So it's not like your pancreas. Your pancreas, you're just laying down and you drink some apple juice, and then your body's gonna produce some insulin. It's gonna help dispose some of the glucose with the use of insulin, right? But when it comes to your muscles, you're gonna have to utilize it in order for you to receive the benefits from it, okay? And the main benefits that you get from your muscle, it helps your body literally lower inflammation. So a lot of people don't know that majority of diseases that happen in America or that is stricken a lot of people in America happens to be metabolic diseases, which means what? These are lifestyle diseases. You could have prevented it. You could have prevented high blood pressure. You could prevent diabetes, right? You can technically prevent cardiovascular disease if you decide to stay in the best type of shape. Now, when you're getting older, right? Of course, your body is not going to work the way it used to, right? But it's also going to be exacerbated based off your lifestyle and your inactivity. You know, so when people get older, you have kids, because you have kids, you don't got time to go to the gym. And because you don't got time to go to your gym, you're gaining weight. And because you're gaining weight, you're getting more fat. Because you're getting more fat, your inflammation is up. And now it's just a whole negative feedback loop, right? But when you're working out, it helps lower inflammation. And we all now know that chronic inflammation starts main diseases such as autoimmune diseases, such as cancer. All of these stem from chronic inflammation, not acute inflammation. Now, you're possibly somebody that actually heard too that I heard that working out causes inflammation, so that's bad, right? There's a total difference between acute inflammation, which means short term, and chronic inflammation, which is long term, okay? Now, when you're working out, right? And because you're stressing out your body, because once again, when you're working out, you're creating micro tears in your body, what's happening is you're going to have some sort of inflammation because your body has to repair itself. But you know what? Your body's going to actually produce some anti-inflammatory cytokines such as interleukin 6 and interleukin 10, which means what? Let's say you have a fire in your house. A lot of people don't know inflammation literally means fire, right? So let's say you have a fire in your house. Now you have more fire extinguishers because you're working out. But if you're never working out, you have less fire extinguishers. So that fire is just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger to a point that you start to experience symptoms and to the point you now officially have a disease that you can't get rid of, okay? All of this could literally be mitigated if you decide to work out. Now, not only is good for your cardiovascular health, okay? It's better for your brain, okay? So a lot of people also don't know that majority of neurodegenerative diseases happens to stem from energy metabolism to your brain. Your brain is not able to receive energy due to dysglycemia, which means what? A whole lot of sugar in your system, and your body literally is corroding its neurons when you have a lot of sugar in your system, such as it can corrode your arteries and your vessels. All right. So because you have so much sugar in your system, so much carbs, and I'm not talking about broccoli, I'm not talking about asparagus, I'm talking about cake, I'm talking about Doritos, right? Now your brain is not able to receive its energy, and because that is the case, your neurons start to die. And when your neurons start to die, that's when you start to notice, oh man, I'm having more brain fog, I can't think straight, right? I feel like I have some sort of cognitive impairment. All of this could literally be prevented if you decide to work out. When you move, your brain grooves, okay? Your body is able to produce BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, when you decide to work out. Also, your brain starts to become neuroplasticity. It's able to produce more neurons, okay? Such as neurogenesis, right? And last but not least, you know when you work out, it's gonna enhance your mood, and because you're producing more serotonin and more dopamine in your system. You know, so there's a lot of benefits to you working out, such as you feel better, such as you're gonna be in the best metabolic health, and you're preventing less chances of you to have some sort of disease just in general, okay? Because your overall tissues is working better within your bloodstream and within your body, right? Now, also, your body can produce something called adiponectin, which is coming from your muscle, and it's coming majority from your fat cells. And what adiponectin is, it helps regulate your blood sugar levels, and it helps regulate your satiety signals, which means what? You're gonna notice now that, oh, I'm not just hungry all day long, right? Because your body responded well to leptin, which is your satiating hormone, and ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. So if your body's more sensitive to these things, then guess what? You know when to drop the fork, because when your body's actually receiving the stimulus or receiving the signal that, hey, you're actually eating, then you're gonna drop the fork more, right? It's not resistant to that signal. And you're gonna realize that, oh man, when I'm actually hungry, right? I'm not hungry all day long versus I'm hungry all day long now. And that's because you're inactive. And because you're inactive, your body's not sensitive to the signaling, okay? So all of this stems from movement, which means what? All of this stems from working out. All right. So once again, you work out, it's going to be good for overall metabolic health. If you want to be on this earth as long as possible and increase your health span, which means what? How long you live disease-free, it's best for you to work out. If you want to make sure that you're not somebody dealing with a whole lot of dementia or cognitive impairment, then you want to work out. Working out also literally helps your memory because it literally boosts your hippocampus. So there's just a lot of benefits to working out. I'm not gonna go on a long spiel with it. Just continue to work out along with eating right, and now you're gonna live on this earth as long as possible, disease-free. Cool? Hopefully y'all learned something today, and that's your reset tip of the day. That's gonna help us stay snatched all the time, knowing that sometime you want to go ahead and excrete as much myokines as possible. The only way that's gonna happen is if with movement. Cool? Talk to you soon.